Hi everyone, my name is Nick, and welcome to the instructional video for the Heat Moldable Hip Pad brought to you by YouFORM. Let's take a look at what you get in the package. So when you open it up, you're going to find a few things. First and foremost, you will notice your hip pad. Next, you've got a couple of plastic clips. Those are there to attach your hip pad to your waistband. And then you also have a couple of screws, and those are used to affix the clips to the top of your pad. Lastly, on the inside of this fold, you're going to find a non-stick sheet. This is glued to the inside. We're going to use this as kind of a baking sheet for heating your pad in the oven. Now, using the oven is the preferred method for heating your pad. Alternatively, you can use a hair dryer, and the instructions for that are on the back of your packaging, but for the sake of this video, we are going to be going over just the oven method. So, without further ado, go ahead and remove your hip pad. And the first thing you want to do is take a pair of scissors, and you want to cut about an inch away from the fold. Okay. And what that's going to do is allow you to take your hardware, set that aside. We won't need that until after we've molded the pad. And this gives you a little bit of a handle so that you can use this to retrieve your pad very easily without burning yourself in the oven. So we'll set that aside, and now we're going to turn to our oven and set to preheat to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's go ahead and set that to 200. Perfect. And we will come back once that's preheated. All right, now that our oven is preheated, you want to take your hip pad and place it on the non-stick sheet with the white side down, and place this on the center rack of your oven. And then you want to set a timer for 6 minutes. So we'll go ahead and do that now. And then we'll come back once our pad is all warmed up. All right, now that our timer has gone off, let's go ahead and grab our hip pad. Be careful not to burn yourself. And you want to quickly and with a light touch remove it from this non-stick sheet. And you want to place it between your pants and your underwear. You want to make sure that it's centered over your hip line. So make sure you get it nice and comfortable. And once you find that sweet spot, I think I've got it. You want to button your pants, make sure it's nice and tight, maybe even put a belt on, and you want to just let that cool down for about 3 to 5 minutes. Make sure you're applying even pressure, especially to the base where there's the least amount of material. So you want to make sure you really form that stiff part down there. And just allow that to cool down. And once it's nice and cool, we'll come right back. All right, our pad should be nice and cooled down now. So let's go ahead and remove it and see the final results. Ooh, that turned out pretty nice. Awesome. So now that we've got the pad molded, the last thing we need is to attach our hardware. So let's go ahead and remove one of these screws. They just twist right off here on the back. Pull that through, and then remove one of your clips. And you're also going to want to grab a flathead screwdriver. This is going to make the installation much easier. So the clips have 2 different holes to choose from. Personally, I like to place the piece through the top hole, but this gives you some customization. Play around with it, see what feels best for you. So we'll place that through there. And then you also have 3 different locations to place the clip on the pad. So again, for me personally, I found that placing it through the middle slot so that the clip is flush with the top of the pad is the most comfortable for me. But again, play around with it, move it around, and find what's comfortable for you. And the last thing you need to do is take that back and place it through the matching hole. Grab your screwdriver and make sure those threads are locking, and twist it shut. All right, now that we've got one clip attached, we'll go ahead and do the same to the other one. Now, we're just gonna go ahead and skip through this process so we don't bore you, and we'll come back once our hip pad is fully assembled. All right, with your clips both attached, you're ready to install your hip pad and get riding. Now, if you do need to modify your pad at any point, don't worry, it's super easy. Just repeat the steps that I showed you in this video and you'll be good to go. The only thing you need to make note of is you must remove your clips before the pad goes back in the oven. This is very important. If you don't, you may run the risk of either damaging your pad or even worse, hurting yourself, as these will get very hot and you don't want to burn yourself when you're reforming your pad. So, very important, remove the clips. Otherwise, the steps are all the same if you need to modify it. With that being said, I hope you guys stay safe and enjoy your heat moldable hip pad brought to you by YouFORM. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out.